Everyone. Casual right now with Lawrence the Fox. Create game. 7 points. Here we go. Lawrence. Just give him a while. There he is. What's going on? Good match, Lawrence. Good match. Hi, Martin. Hi, Justin. Hi, everyone. So 2-1 slot, 5-1 I could slot or split. Perhaps I won't take too much time over the first few moves, but I think splitting is better because he would have 6s, 1s and 3s to make the 5 point. But watch how Lawrence doesn't take his time. Okay, kind of wrong already. Okay. Seems like the right play to come up to the 21 point. Obviously I hit and then I shut the door. Okay, so Lawrence is taking his time. I think he made the right play with double one, and then he's got the 5 point, and he's got 3 men back as opposed to me having 2. Like, would it be ridiculous to hit on his 4 point? And probably not, but okay, I'm not going to take too long, but some of his numbers are duplicated if I just do this. So now he probably needs to make an anchor, although he would like to make the 10 point. I think what jumps out at me is that the anchor is more important than the 10 point. So often in backgammon, it's more important to defend, so as then to be able to allow yourself to attack. If you don't defend and you get screwed, then you won't have an attack at all. If you defend, then you'll have less of an attack, but you'll still have an attack because you won't have been pointed on. Like, for example, when you have a 4-2 to play at the beginning of the game and you've got this configuration and your opponent doesn't have his 5 point, and you can either make your 4 point or make the 20 point. It's often better to make the 20 point. Reese says hit and anchor surely. Oh, for Lawrence, yeah, maybe he should have hit. I didn't see, I just was debating whether he should anchor or not, and I think he was right to anchor. So what, I missed the dice roll, but never mind. A6, just, this is like an easy play. All things buzzing on my wrist. This is an easy play because I just don't want to bring one checker down from the midpoint to strip the mid, and there's just general outward pressure on my back checkers, so I need to heed that outward pressure and just bring them out. It's a sort of another version of put the checkers where they want to be. So this is quite an easy play. Like sometimes I don't know whether I should say anything or not because this is pretty obvious. But I was kind of wrong about Lawrence not taking his time, so it's good that he's decided to take his time. Presumably, the question is whether whether he was seriously thinking about playing 8-3, but the same kind of idea as the last go, although it's a tenuous link between them, is that the checker here wants to come out. So unless there's a really compelling reason not to do that, well, there isn't, because I've only got a 1 point board, then you would do that. It wants to come out. The fact that it wants to come out is indicated by Lawrence's race lead after the roll. Will he double? Always interesting to see what... He doesn't even stop to think, okay, well, I wouldn't have doubled, but it's just trying to get a sense of what he thinks about and what he doesn't. Now that checker is on the 3 point and it's got nowhere to go other than the 2 and 1 point, you might as well use it. What did he do? He must have played 8-6. Okay, don't like that play. I think that playing 3-1 is pretty much forced. Anyway, double 2 is semi-forced. I could bring one down, but I think that I want to step up just to try and prepare to get the backmen out. Mark, thank you so much. I don't know why you can't see my drawings. Let's see. I know why. You should be able to see them now. I didn't get a chance because I was just changing my configuration, but it looked like it was also forced to hit on the 4 point, and I'm not sure what. I guess that he didn't consider hitting on the 4 point, so in default of that, you're gonna maybe do this. Okay. Yeah, well, I wasn't watching, so I'm just confused by why he didn't see hitting loose on the 4 point. Okay, this is not easy. So, like, immediately I don't know what to do, and I recognize that. So if I'm behind, why would I want to run? But then what else can I do? I can make the 2 point, I can hit loose on the 3 point. Question is then, finally strikes me after 10 seconds of thinking, do I want to let him play his full roll, or would I rather that I hit him and so he just has to play part of his roll coming into my home board? And I don't know the answer to that question. I think noticing that his 4, for example, is duplicated to some aspect. 4 comes up, 4 hits there. For example, if he rolls a 4-2, he will hit and cover. If I don't put him on the bar, so that would be a duplicated 4-2, because he would like to use the 4 from the 4-2 to come up to the 18 point. Tempted just to make the 2 point and let him play his full roll. Although I can see that I have not done what I advise the people to do when I teach them, which is to complete your thought process. And I've got plenty of time, so I can do that. So what I really should be doing is going through the numbers, see how they play if I hit him on the 3-point. Yeah, thanks, Mark. Yeah, I made it visible on my streaming software. So the fact that I'm behind the race, I think, again, just making sure I can rule out any of the running plays. Well, I think I can rule out 24-14 because I'm behind, so I'm not really trying to run. Otherwise, it does certainly achieve something. And then 21-11 also achieves something, but the detraction from that play, other than again running when behind, is that I lose my ability to anchor on the 21 point, or possibly the 18. And then I'm now warming up to the idea of between the 2-point and the hitting loose is warming up to the hitting loose. For example, things like 4-2, like I considered if I hit loose is not a good number for him. Although now I consider things like 3-2, 3-1 will be okay. He will probably go to the 18. All right. So I haven't completed my thought process, but I've got 14 minutes and I don't want to just talk about one play. But if there's time, we can go through it on the analysis. Seemed much more natural to hit loose, even though he has the 18 point, and the reason for hitting is because you're behind. Okay, so again, I didn't get a chance to see whether Sebastian says, so helpful to hear the thought process. Thank you so much. And also, I'm pleased that, I'm pleased that it is helpful. So, what is going on? Because I read the comment, I kind of lost track. So 6-2, I don't want to come out. I want to minimize shots. This seems like quite an easy play. I can't really do anything apart from play 13-5. So of course he can anchor up on the 16, but the way I look at these things is I see the obvious play, I kind of dismiss it for a second and just check that there's nothing else that's maybe less obvious that's not better. And in this instance, there probably isn't anything better, even though you kind of want to go to the 11 point, you don't want to leave shots. And now I just think the general idea is that you can't forego a strong board, even though he does have a 4-point board, meaning I am going to leave a shot on the 17 point. I don't want him to roll a 1 and hit, because his ones, if I hadn't left that shot, wouldn't be very good for him, barring double 1. But now his ones become pretty good. But then again, when he rolls a 1, I can just come in and anchor. So it's kind of a mixed blessing. So I'm just going to make the point. Double 6 is obviously a really good roll, but it's also easy to play, so you can conserve your energy. I don't know why Lawrence is taking time on some things, that whether or not he's checking. If he's checking things, just making doubly sure, that's fine. But the timing of his plays is I'm slightly sort of suspicious of them. I'm not kind of, I wouldn't take that much time over, wouldn't take the same amount of time over the plays that he's taken. Some I would take less time over, and some I would take more time over. So 5-2 just can't escape, which is obviously bad for me. So by default I do this. You know, and this is a play that he should make within his delay time, I think, even though, yeah, so he does, that's good. And, well, it's obvious I have to play something, and I don't want to stay on the 20 point anyway. So 6-4, so obviously you consider the run. The run is the most obvious thing, that's the thing we most want to do. But of course, it's the thing that we know after playing for a while that you generally can't do. You generally can't pay. In situations you have to leave the back anchor. Now, even though he had to leave a shot anyway, I would have also dismissed running from the 18 point, but it's just helpful to note that it is the thing that we want to do most, that's for sure, but we just need to understand that it's the thing that we can't afford to do, so that's why we don't do it. Even if I don't roll a 2, he's probably not going to cover, but it doesn't mean that I can double, but that's just something to note. Although he can roll a 1. If he rolls a 1, he probably will have to play 2-1. If I had a closed board, maybe it would be one of these like really weird low equity doubles. But then again, maybe it wouldn't. I'm not really very good at those, but I don't have a closed board and I've got an open 3 points, so I don't think it can be a double. And then I forgot to say, he did just clicked that he should certainly be thinking about whether this is a double or not, and probably actually doubling. And so he just didn't even think whether or not that's because he thought it was too good, and I can't imagine it would be. Because of so many variations, I get a 2-shot, which generally wins me the game. So I have a choice to hit. Obviously I'm going to come out, hit the one that enables me to come out. If he comes in, it gives me if he comes in with a 3, it gives me a difficult decision, but having not hit me back with a 3, it's obviously too good to double by a long, long way. Because even though I don't cover, I win so many gammons that at any score, even at this score, where a gammon isn't so valuable, it's just so likely that I've got to play on for it. 3s and 1s cover, 5-2 also kind of covers by making the ace. And he's got 2 open points, so even if I get hit, it's probably a double pass, I don't know. So if he rolls a 3, it's still too good, I'm guessing, but I will have to wait to see what it looks like on the board. And now a genuine like sort of technicality, do I actually play 3-1? Do I need to? The logic is something like, well, if I can double him out, does that mean that I should leave it there? And I'm not sure exactly how those two concepts interlink. I don't think they're necessarily one follows logically from the next, but that's one of the things that comes to mind. The other thing is if I just play 3-1, if I play 3-1, he might make the 3 point, and then that gives him obviously some chances of saving the gammon and some chances of maybe winning the game. But of course, if I just take the risk and try and make the 3-point, have the closed board, it's very unlikely that he'll save the gammon and have any winning chances. So, on that basis, I'm going to go for the play that provides an extra cover and maybe a hit. If I get hit on here with a 3, I've got a 5 to hit him with. I could play super safe. Maybe I should do. I don't know. This is also tiny technicality. Okay, won't talk too much about that. I didn't like... Okay, not the best configuration. Not having a checker on the 3-point, I think, means it's probably safer to clear the 4-point. The other play is to clear the 5-point, but then you don't take a checker off and you leave a distribution with 3 checkers on the 4 and 2 checkers on the 6, such that things like double 6, double 5, double 4 will leave a shot. Okay, never win backgammons though, it doesn't happen. So again, this I find really difficult. So say he'd rolled a 3. When can we play on? When does it become a double pass? I find those really difficult, those decisions, and perhaps if I remember, we'll talk about that. Some reference positions that I messed about with. So even those decisions are really trivial. They're minute. They're just. I guess it's interesting to they highlight certain quirks about positions, as in what is most important about a position. They provide clues. So 6-3 anyway. He splits. He's 2-0 down. So he needs to realise that 2-0 down is quite a big deficit, and that he can afford to be aggressive. So here, 18-10 is not the right play because it just doesn't conform to the dictates of the position, which is that you need to try and get a position you can cube from. The open 5-point makes it easy. Yeah, that's a key factor. So if you're on the bar, like when you get hit with that 3 that I was talking about, like Reece said, and the guy's got an open 5-point and even an open 4-point, then it makes it so dangerous for him to take because you can just keep coming on and you've always got your double 5, double 4. Anyway, back to this 5-3, he shouldn't play 18-10. Not because it's not good, but because he's 2-0 down. And being 2-0 down, he needs to bridge the deficit. That's his priority. His absolute priority is to try and bridge the deficit, which he does by cubing, which he does by getting a position that he can cube in. And this is not tantamount to a position he can cube in. He's got to make that 5-point, take the risk, leave the checker on the 18-point, and then maybe there are more sequences next go where he can double. And here, I'm not sure whether I should run all the way, but having a better board, maybe I will just stick there on his 18-point. The only thing that makes me worried about this is that, like I was talking about in the last go, that this potentially gives him more sequences that lead to a cube, whereas if I run, there are fewer sequences possibly, or arguably, that lead to a cube. But anyway, I'm going to do this. It took no time over that. I think I would have made the 4-point, but if he just had a gut feeling, that's fine. I think it's probably too dangerous to hit on the 7. he's only got one man back, but you know. All these tiny things. So 2-1 is a little play that he might be tempted, because it doesn't do anything, he might be just tempted to play anything, or now he's thought for a few seconds, he'll probably start thinking for a while, okay, and just plays 13-10, which is probably right, or it's okay, but you could play 13-11, 6-5, and then you'd have to consider that because 13-11, 6-5 confers more benefits and you're down in the match, is there any really good reason for not playing it? And if there is no good reason for not playing it, then you play it. Simple as that. 6-2, I can do all sorts of stuff. I could play 13-11, 8-2, but I'm just going to play it quickly. I've only got 8 minutes. So Lawrence was down in the race, and maybe because of that, it's okay not to run, and maybe better not to run. I'm not really sure. The fact that I've got a blot on the 5 point counts against me and for me, in that I might cover and I might not cover. If I cover, then he doesn't want to be back on the 24 point, that's for sure. But then again, the score is probably in favour of not running. He wants a game where, like, I don't cover and he hits, then maybe he cubes or something like that. He wants to. So what he wants to again reach is a position where he can cube. Yeah, so Burak, yeah, I would have made the 5 point for sure. Okay, he just makes the 5 point, which is pretty much forced. Yeah, now he's got a 3 point board. I don't particularly want to leave shots, but I don't think the alternative is acceptable to stack 2 checkers up on the 4 point. There is another play actually which I just saw. So the reason I don't put it on the board is because I like to visualize and improve my visualization. But this leaves 4 shots anyway, as opposed to this leaving actually 3 shots, 5 shots. Yeah, okay. So this only leaves 1 more shot. This leaves 6-4, 6-2, and double 4. So this is obviously got to be right. Has to be right. Now he's going to be 2 pips down after the race, so that suggests that, assuming he can just hold those anchors without too much danger or fuss or possibility of having to leave a shot, he should just not dismantle them, and then therefore he should make his 2 point, which is an improvement to his position anyway. So 6-4, obviously I just make the 5 point, and then I'm thinking about cubing. Obviously not after he rolls a 6-3, which is a great roll for him. You know, probably even here I would like to run. If I know I'm going to get missed, I would just run here, because I'm going to be 13 pips up, but of course you don't, because of the potential of being hit. Yep. So just for the moment, me staying back, I'm wondering at what point I'm going to have to be faced with a decision about leaving the anchor, because I'm 8 pips up. So that's, in a way, you know, sometimes rolling something like that and having to play, not to be faced with the decision, is a blessing in backgammon, although sometimes you can concentrate on that too much, and to the detriment of looking for numbers which actually improve your position. So now I don't think it would make sense to run and just leave good 3s and 1s, which are not going to be very good for him in the race. And wow, we've got 18 viewers. That's exceptional. And yeah, he can think about doubling. Probably not doubling, but I still think that the most important thing is to think in the right spots. And then if you make the wrong decision, it's not such a big deal. At least you kind of gave yourself a chance. So I've got wastage, so I would make it very, very close, 5-4. I can either put them both on the 5 point, but I think it's better to put an extra one on the 4 point. 5-4, he takes 2 off. I should be able to take whatever happens. Again, well, after 6-3, I think I go favourite. Now after 6-4, he goes back, he becomes favourite again. Now after 5-4, I become, so it's swinging quite a lot. And now he needs to be careful. Well, not after my double 5, but I was going to say he needs to be careful about just rolling. And of course, this is just like a 3 roll versus maybe a 5 roll. So maybe I've got like 90% or over. So even if I didn't double, it wouldn't be too much of a mistake. Okay, so he rolled the same 6-3. We know that after our opponent rolls a 6 and uses it to run to the 18 point, we have to hit, and we do that to prevent him from making that anchor. So he hits back. I would like to make the anchor, but I cannot forego sending him back however many it is. Where is he? On the 10 point. So sending him back 15 pips. And he makes the anchor, and then this is a little bit awkward. I guess I just didn't see that I could do this. It's really worrying in a way, that I thought that I was going to have to do something bizarre like break the 8 point, but of course that plays pretty well. Okay, I've got the position I want to some degree, and he hasn't, because he wants a volatile position. He wants to be able to reach a cube zone soon. And what am I saying? Yeah, and it's, well, he might actually. I'll go back on what I said. So the fact that I don't have an anchor really means that he might possibly, in a few rolls, get to a position where he can cube. But what I was trying to say is the fact that he has an anchor isn't really necessary at this score. He's not, but of course he made the right play. What I'm thinking about as well as I speak is I could play 18 to 15 and forego making 2 points, but I think it's so strong, such an addition to the strength of my game to make the 3 point and although it's a bit deep, well, these are for sure, I think. And then I'm not so sure whether I do want to make the 3 point. So, yeah, I went for this. I don't know. Okay, that's a disaster. So, if I come in on the 2 point, then I really prime myself up, get myself stuck, and of course I have a really bad fall, but this gives me a much better secondary dice roll because the 2 plays to 8 points, so I'm going to take the risk of coming under the gun. Yeah, and I think that's a bit of a no-brainer to hit. Like, he's got the anchor, and the score is such that he needs to get something going. And then I could hit on the ace point, but seeing that I could just get hit back there, where I don't want to get hit back, and I'm much happier to get hit back here and not get a second checker sent back, I'm gonna go for that. And also, I'm not looking to cover the ace and blitz and close the board, especially when he's got the 18-point anchor. And there's also the fact that, well, I was going to say the score, but actually I could do with winning a gammon on the 2 cube. But now that he rolls the 1, I'm far happier to be hit back on the 16-point and then I have to come up, like with the 4-2, I can't really I can't just stay on the 1 because the 3 is so bad. So by elimination I have to come up, not that I want to come up. Six, 1. So there's lots of things he can do here. Didn't get a chance to consider them, but he could have made the 5, he could have done all sorts of stuff. Again, I don't want to hit on the ace point, and as awkward as it is, I think I'm just going to try and play with one lot. The other thing to note is if I hit on the ace point, so he would have 1s to hit me back, and then he would have 5s and 4s and 2s to hit me there. So he wouldn't just have the 1s, really, he would have other numbers. But then, could 6-4 ever be a play? Well, if the 3s were duplicated, but they're not, now he only has 4s, 2s and 1s, so I think this makes sense to do this. And now I'm completely stripped, so when I roll a 6 from the bar, I suppose it's only a 1-6. Now, because I'm overloaded on the 6 point, even though I don't really want to hit on the ace, it's not absolutely mandatory to do so. I mean, because you could come in on the 5 and just play, or you could just come in on the 5 and play 6-2. What I'm saying is that yeah, I don't want to come in on the 21 point here. I want to come in on the 20 points so that I can escape. But I don't want to give him his full roll. So, oh. So I don't want to do this, but I have to. And now generally you just come out from where you need to come out from, leaving, 2 shots, 4s and 2s, but I've got no board. And he'd prefer to keep the checker on the 8 point than put it on the 2 point. And I think he will probably make that play. Yeah. Yeah. This is a real decision. Well, I think the decision's made easier by the decision is whether to hit or not, but the decision is made easier by the fact that if I don't hit, then I allow my opponent just to point on me. So that's a no picnic. So I have to hit, I think, and then I could make the 11 point. And it could be okay to do that as well. But I haven't got enough time and I'm just so seduced by the 5 point. And I do have some returns. The thing I'm worried about is being hit here with 4s and 6s, and my arrows are screwing up. Yeah, I'm worried about hit, but if I make the 11 point, then I just don't get hit there. Honestly, I don't know, but this is like the normal play. And okay, I just don't like the timing of that at all. It's like he's not going to get me to pass or take erroneously or pass erroneously just because he's cubed quickly. So I don't. Even if he has decided that he's going to cube after I fan, I don't think it's necessary to cube so quickly. Cursor selected, what's going on? So I got 1 minute 45. Yeah, maybe this is why making the 5 point was bad. Leaving the blots. I mean, I would never consider. So my first thought is you can never consider passing this. Why? What is going on with these arrows? And he's got 3 men behind the 3 prime. I mean, yeah, maybe it could be a little bit dodgy to take this. Just trying to see what happens. I mean, I kind of made my decision, but I'm trying to see why my pattern recognition says this is an easy take, but no, I'm not so sure that that's correct. So he's got lots of hidden covers. Alright, I don't know. I said I'd take, so I'm going to take. Now it won't even let me click. Yeah, this is probably... Yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed because I think, well, he got a bit unlucky not to point on me and stuff, and he just happened to walk into a cube that I think could have well been a very, very efficient cube for him. It could well have been a pass, and then I'm thinking that 2-1. Okay, I need to play more quickly. Okay, so I can hit. I think it's okay because he has to break something with 3-5. 3-4 will play. Yeah, so all of that stuff was predicated on the double 1, and I should have considered it. Yeah. Rafi says hi. Rafi Darwish says hi. Hi, Rafi. Yeah, I did see. I'm trying to. Okay. Could even get gammon from here. Okay. I mean, I got 11 seconds, so I don't know. There's not much to say in this position. Yeah, so I'm a little bit annoyed with myself for not having. I could even come out here. Okay, I don't know. For not having sort of looked at that more deeply. Now I think I probably have to stay, but again, walking on thin ice. And now I'm like scared, so I'm going to run, even though this is like the exact moment when I should stay. And with 5-4, he wouldn't have been able to take a man off unless he wanted to leave a shot. Right, okay. Well, a bit random. Okay, so it's 3-2. Again he rolls 6-3, and now I'm going to come down. Instead of coming up, because the score's now close and I can afford to be a little bit aggressive, and coming down is a little bit more aggressive. I don't know why he's going to play fast, but okay, that's a good roll. He's going to queue. People always queue when the guy's on the bar. That's a sort of a little bit of a bugbear of mine, because it's like people aren't thinking, and because of the score, I think I might take. He's 5 away. I don't know this. I've got 4 seconds. But if he was 4 away, I would pass this for sure. I didn't have time to consider. He was a billion pips up, but I'm likely to make my points on board. And he's he's 5 away, and I've got an anchor. So why is that necessary? Is that necessary? I could come out with the 4. I'm not going to put it back. I don't think he would have hit. I probably should have come out with the 4. Now I need to make the 3-point. Again, he shouldn't just play fast just because I've been time travel. He's got plenty of time to clear his to not have to play off his mid, so there's no real point in keeping the mid. Now obviously I can play out. He's got 2 blocks on board. Now he can hit and cover, leaving a 3-6 and a 5-6. Well, he doesn't do it though. And now I don't know, and I haven't got enough time, but I'm going to keep the guy there on the 14. Can definitely keep the guy there. Have to keep him there. I don't know. Okay, he still doesn't. I don't get that. Now, do I stay? I don't know if I do. I don't know if I do. But he's not hitting anyway. So maybe that makes it's obviously right to stay if he's not going to hit. And yeah, I it's just all a bit random, a little bit random. Okay, so don't have any boxes, but okay. Maybe should have cubed him out there because of the boxes, but and even now I need to play safe probably. Now maybe should cube him out as well because of the 6-5. Now maybe should cube. I don't know. Need more time to discuss decisions. So 5-3-5, 5-4-5-3. He's playing way too fast. Just because I am doesn't mean he should. Okay, so he's made the 5 point. You can hit, actually. We can hit. Perhaps he should hit to stop me doing stuff with my blots on the 11 and 9. Here I have no idea. I don't really want to leave blots, but I'm running out of time. And of course he's gonna cue, because he cues when he's on the bar. Oh no. That I think he just was playing too quickly. He cues when I'm on the bar, but still, I think it's a kind of a point where people generally cube. Ay. Now I have to do this. If he cubes, I think I'm gonna take. With 4 seconds, it's uncomfortable. Maybe I can hit there, I don't know. Okay, now he cubes, it's an easy take. But this is all a bit of a mess with 4 seconds. Maybe this. Shouldn't suck out here. I've only got 4 men back and they need 4s and 6s. So he should just make the 2 point. Okay, 2-5 is good, I suppose, but I've got so much stuff to do here. I wouldn't have left a shot. kind of get it why people don't like speed. It's just so random. Like, what did he have to leave a shot there? I've got to be a little bit careful here. Got to be a little bit careful. So now he has to break his 8, which is bad news. Even though double 2 is obviously good. Breaking the 8 is bad, and then maybe I get a number that escapes both. No, 1, 2. Maybe I stay back so I don't get hit with 6-5. But no, I should have come round because 6-5 would have brought 2 men out. And then I don't know what to do here actually. I need a board. So he should come out. This is why I shouldn't have done what I did. I shouldn't have done what I did. But he can't stay there because he needs to play a 6. So I'm not sure what he's going to do. Yeah, I screwed up. Just, I would love to have more time to be able to say stuff. So it's just stupid, just clicking. Okay, so because I'm 5-4 up, I'm gonna run. He needs to cube super early, not after a double 5. Could come up, I don't know about that. Would have been hit though, for 2-1. He would have played 6-3. Yeah, good play, good play. Now I'm in a little bit of difficulty. And I don't know what to do. Yeah, and there could be some difficult cube action here for me. He's just going to cube and... Okay, if he cubes now... Oh, I guess I have to take... It doesn't even cube. Is he going to cube the play on? Yeah. No, he's not going to double. Nor am I. Now I might pass. If he cubes. Should I just do this? Just to mix it up? Now obviously I'm going to take. So he should hit twice. And I'm annoyed. Don't know why. One, make it 4. What did he do? One, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think that was a good play. Okay, I can relax. I can relax. This is a bit of a mess. There's a lot to talk about on the analysis. I want to come out. I want to come up to the 20 point. Just when you think you're not going to be faced with any difficult decisions, even that, maybe making the 5, probably not. See, never going to come in. Maybe I just do this and then come back in on the 20 point. That's pretty poor. That's okay, I suppose. Never rolling a 6 or 4. You can make the 11. I didn't see it. And should I come out? Is he gonna see it this time? No, I'm not. Okay. Well, I can't. I shouldn't. Do I come out to there? There we go. A 4. Beautiful. Beautiful. This one doesn't make it. But okay. Looks like it's over. Didn't like lots of my decisions. Hated them. Hated them. Hated them. He's just playing too fast. Okay, well played, Lawrence. You stuck in there. And let's have a look at this. Let's download it. Hang on. Let's try and download this again. Okay. Okay. Alright, there we go. It's gonna open. I think. Oh no, it's not. Whoa. Okay, it's opening. Maybe. Maybe it's gonna open. Shall I change the board configuration, the orientation? Alright. It was fun for a little bit, and then I was down to 4 seconds, and then I hated it. So, in fact, let's cancel the analysis. Let's do a fast analysis. For some reason I get absolutely ravenously starving. I can hardly even... Yeah, I didn't like any of this stuff. But apart from at the beginning I was feeling good. So 2-1 just coming in. 3-1. I think this was where Reece said he should just make the anchor and hit. I mean, I know I can see the analysis, but I don't think hitting accomplishes anything. I might have to run to the fridge to... So my 1-6, like I said, coming out. Then with his 6-5, he should just come out. I mean, has anyone got... If anyone's got any questions, 5-3 hitting down with double slot board. James Painter is being extremely... he's non-negotiable. He won't listen with the annoying sound effects. Yeah, I'm sorry about those little dings. But if you're not going to negotiate, if your position is entrenched, what can I do? Then the 6-4. Yeah, I was right. I was good on this. My eye was in. It was close between making the 3-point and the loosey-goosey hitty. And yeah, I mean, I find it hard not... I mean... What am I saying? Lawrence made a lot of plays very quickly that... This one he took his time over. So fine, he was confused by this. Didn't want to come out. And then he played this really quickly when he should just hit on the ace point. After putting the man there. No real rhyme or reason. Then he didn't hit on the 3-point. Maybe because he didn't see it, I don't really know. Double 4, I was looking at a comment and I couldn't work out whether or not he had to do what he did. I came in, I can't remember what happened. I missed a cube here. I would never double this, so what that means is that I have no clue what is going on in this position. Of course I can see I can roll a 4-2 or double 2. Yeah, I would never double this, but now maybe the clincher is his checker out of play on the ace point. So what happened? What was the sequence? I came in with 2. Hello? He came in... it's really slow. He came in and he played 3-1. Maybe that's the signal, the 3-1. I wasn't sort of switched on enough to see that there was something fishy after the position, after having to play 3-1. Then his 6-5, which was forced, then the 4-1. So 4-3 was right to play quickly, there's no other play, and then all of this was forced. Can't play 18-8. I say he can't, but actually it's really close. I'm going to be back in 2 seconds. I didn't realise I had the perfect banana. Yeah, I completely just missed 18-8. I considered it, and I think, like I said, you have to consider it because you have to kind of know what you're really trying to achieve. Then you need to reach the point where you see that you can't go for it because it's too dangerous. Maybe that's all instinctive for some people, but I advocate being conscious of these things. That's how you improve. And then I was just playing on like a boss. And this kind of little thing, do you play 3-1? And we're trying to kind of use the computer to see yeah, well, what am I saying? Just to see how it plays its position, whether it prefers to... Question is, we need to know what happens after he comes in with 1. We presume if he comes in with 1, it's still too good to double. Honestly, I haven't got the energy to put it all in, and this computer was slowed down and I couldn't show you, but okay, so that was all. Yeah, like I said, the 5 point. So 18-10 actually wins more games, so it's the DMP play, but not the 2-0 down play. My 6-5 is really close. 6-2. I didn't think enough about this play, I kind of just played automatic. I think I was down a bit, already down to 8 minutes or something. And here we got this double 2 wrong, which he actually should have used to dismantle, give himself some spares, but it's not a big deal. 0.028, it's just to note that it's the wrong idea, as Falafel used to say. Don't think he had a double, but he should have just taken his time, and then it was... Then he did cube, didn't he, at some point? Or not? No, I did. Sure, okay, so then it went 3-0. He rolled 6-3, I think 3 times to start with, then this double 6 that I almost butchered, and then this double 3 I just kind of tried out. 18-15. and I got punished for it because he rolled a 3 and he... Well, yeah, okay, let's forget about that comment, that half-form comment. 5-4, of course he hits. Then I should have hit on the ace point, and I just... Maybe this... I kind of started talking about, almost before I clicked on OK to confirm my move, I started talking about how actually maybe the score favours going for some sort of attack, in that you can reach a position you can cube from. But I had thought the opposite, which is why I didn't want to go for 6-1. But maybe if you reach a position where, I don't know, he's got 1 there, and that's it, none on the ace, forget that checker's there, and you've got a blot on the ace, and you can hit and cover, and then you hit and cover, and he's got a couple in the air, then you can cube, and he doesn't really want to take a cube at 7 away, 4 away, when you can just gammon him for the match. So that could be partly why 6-1 is such a big mistake. But it could just be that you reduce the number of hits. It could just be that. So I don't really know, apart from my arrow is... Okay, no, we're back. So this was one I was completely sure about and comfortable with, and I was wrong. So that's something to work on. Then the 3-1 was forced, and then he just played the 6-1 super quickly. I mean, what about making the 5? What about not coming off the 24, because it's kind of a goalkeeper? And then again, yeah, so I legitimately got a bad PR because I don't understand when and how and when, how, what, where, why you should hit on the ace point. So I don't understand this, so I have to try and work out why. It's difficult. And then I did hit on the ace because it was forced, and I got the double 1 wrong, and then I took... Okay, it's not so bad to take, but it will get worse on... So this, I wanted to make the right play, but I couldn't stop myself, so that's fine. I accept that mistake. I understood what the position demanded, and I didn't actually make the play that the position demanded, or the sense was not to leave shots. Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to, yeah. So he kind of, I got really kind of peeved here, because often when I'm playing people and it's not really my business, and I kind of see that they're not fully understanding positions, and then they happen to walk into a very powerful cube, but they don't really understanding that it's a very powerful cube. They just happen to cube because there's a checker on the bar. And I kind of want Lawrence to have more understanding and just see more what's going on in the position, rather than just swing it because there's a checker on the bar. But maybe he does understand it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's none of my business. And then I was annoyed because it I guess it works against me, and that I'm faced with a difficult decision, and the person that's cubing hasn't really earned this difficult decision. But that's backgammon, I suppose. It's not only that you can lose, but that you can also get difficult decisions when your opponent hasn't really thought them through. I haven't explained that very well, but anyway, I could feel that I got really lucky, and then I wasn't sure how to play it. What was this? I don't know why. Well, that won't matter. 2013. I'm not sure why it question marks that. Is that because the plays are close? I don't get it. Sometimes it questions plays. It sticks the question mark on plays that aren't going to matter. And then I shouldn't have run. Okay, so, and then it was just a bit of a random... I should have hit on the 15 point. Okay, that's not a big deal. And then I took this because of the score. This is a great decision. I'm pleased with that. Well, great, let's not overstate it, but I'm just pleased that I figured out quite quickly that the score really militates for taking, like, you don't really care too much whether your opponent wins 2 points as opposed to 1, because winning 2 points for him just takes him to 3 away, which isn't a great score. And I figured, even though I have blots in board now, perhaps they're actually an asset, because I'm going to be able to make a board pretty quickly. And this one I just didn't understand. Sometimes Lawrence made the play so quickly, not hitting when he should have hit and covered. Should have that one. Oh, no, hold on. He should have hit, yeah. In both instances, he should have hit, and then I realised that if he wasn't going to hit, then it was a no-brainer to leave the checker there. So at least I realised that, so that's good. And then I kind of played a little bit wonky here. A little bit peeved. And... So this, was this the one? No, this is the one where I wasn't thinking about him cubing, and then I left a shot and I wasn't thinking about him cubing, but even here he should cube. Then I wasn't sure about this 2-1, and then he hit, and then I was like struggling. I think here, I know this was the position I was uncomfortable with, but I would have taken, but I'm way off because there's no real reason to be uncomfortable with this position. Then he hit. Sorry, he hit. Then I came in and hit on the ace, and I think I might have taken this. I can't remember what I was thinking. I think I had 4 seconds. I think I was taking. So this 3-1 was really dodgy. I wasn't sure what I was doing here, but yeah, for sure, I think I was taking here. I wasn't sure what I was doing here. And then when I made the anchor, I knew I was taking. So he doubled. People often do this. They double when this position settled down. Like when there's elements of like too good or uncertainty, they just say, oh, I'm not going to double because I don't really know what's going to happen. And then when there's when it's become more static, then they double. But doubling at the wrong exactly at the wrong point, and then this 5-4 I didn't know how to play either. Got really lucky. And then he left a shot. Ah, yeah, okay, so he did. I wasn't following. $17, $14, whatever. So what? Okay, let's have a look. Now I'm getting a bit tired, but so I should come all the way up because the 6-5 he's gonna. Well, if I can go to the 12, 13 point, duplicate 6-5 anyway, and then this was the thing that I didn't know how to play. So why was I confused? I guess I wanted to block 6-6 and didn't want to leave any extra shots. But then I realised that if he rolls a 5, I want a man on an extra cover to have a direct shot on him. So I want a man on the 13 point. But then if I do that, I don't have a good one, and that's why you play 15-13, 14-13. Very important to. And I knew that when I had this position, like if he rolls a 5, which he did, I was in trouble. So I screwed up. All this. Okay. Didn't have time to think about this 5-2, which is a very common idea. Do you come up and stack, or do you play 2 down? And I obviously don't fully understand these, or have a tendency, an inclination to keep my midpoint. This was the cube I was talking about. This was the cube. So I think I would have taken this. Yeah. So I was way off. And his double one he should have switched. But anyway, we didn't have any time to. Yeah, the 6-1 play. 11-4 is the normal play, but I just didn't want to stay back on the 24 point. Yeah, problem with casual settings, there still isn't enough time to just talk rather than just make random stuff. So I'm going through these, but we didn't really talk about them during the match, so it's almost no point. Should have come out. Okay, he missed just a bunch of stuff. Oh, I missed a hit. That's why I played bad. Rafi says, can you play with me? Yeah, not now though. Another time for sure. Just send me a mess. When I stream, just send me a message. And then I'll play you just before I stream. Why did I miss this hit? Not sure. I guess because I was like hell-bent on covering my 5 point. Yeah, it's all a shame because the clock setting is not. Maybe I'll do it on Heroes next time because there's no clock. I'll have to abandon Galaxy. Alright, so I'm gonna go now because I am starving. Thank you everyone for watching.